Welcome to the Men of the Metaverse podcast. This is a channel where we discuss hot topics in our community. Our focus is to be a positive channel on YouTube and share our perspectives on fundamental issues. Make sure you tune in every week for new videos and join the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And now, here are your hosts, Brandon and Lewis.
Lewis, what's going on? How you been? It's been a minute since we've been live.
Yeah, it's been probably about 10 days, somewhere around there. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Pretty good. And like I say, I've been on vacation. We haven't really talked, and I kind of wanted it to be that way a little bit. You know, I wanted to kind of give you a heads up that we were going live, but we've talked in the past and say, you know, as long as we don't say anything, we still on for Sunday. Why were you looking like that?
Oh, okay. I didn't know what direction we were going. Yeah, that's why I called. I said, I hope Brendan fall through with the
right,
understanding on
right.
Sunday.
And I understand how you work, and that's a good point because you know when you're working with somebody, you kind of get how they operate and how not necessarily how they expect things to run, but you want to be on the same page and you want to make sure that we know that we on the same page. So I was like, I'm not even gonna say nothing because I started to text you and let you know, but
I knew I was gonna be here.
right.
And I said, man, when I was texting Brandon, I was actually thinking about basketball. I said, is Brandon gonna pick up on the scheme? I don't know.
Right.
I don't want to be here for 15 minutes waiting on you.
Right. And I think we're getting there with this show and how we're doing stuff because I was thinking about one of our old videos because somebody else had a similar conversation about black culture. And sometimes I like to lob it up for you because I like to say hip hop culture. That's your culture, Lewis. I put that on you, and you know you take the ball and you you do what you do with it. So sometimes I wonder, like we on the same page. It's like it's Jordan and Pippen. It's like John Stockton. Well, we don't want to say Karl Malone, but like I said, we're getting in a good rhythm with this. Like I say, I kind of know where to go.
What about Karl Malone? What are you talking about?
Well, you do know what they say about Karl Malone and the allegations.
Man, I ain't talking. Man, I'm talking what he done on the court.
Okay, well, fair enough. But you know,
last week I see him scoop slam Hulk Hogan, so he doing something.
Oh yeah. What do you mean? It was an old clip or it's something recent? Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah. What was that on? Because I've seen like a lot of. I guess it's been on ESPN. Like they're showing a lot of old wrestling moments and stuff like that.
Nah, that been on my phone.
Really?
When Dennis Rodman and Karl Malone was in the ring tag team.
I've seen it's been some crazy moments. I'm trying to think. It's been a lot of wrestling moments in history that's real big for us, but some people don't really get what's going on or the impact it had at the time. But Karl Malone is a basketball player, and he was in a wrestling ring. Dennis Rodman, these are professional athletes, and they crossed over and did stuff in the WWE or WWF, if you want to say it. But
and watch this, Mankind. One of the best entertainers you ever seen.
Put his life on the line, right?
Yes, and people don't even recognize that,
right? And I do want to do a show, not necessarily like it don't have to be for YouTube. It could be like for our subscribers, for our fans, or for our members, or whatever. Because it's a lot of people that are diehard wrestling fans. They may not be wrestling fans now, but that era we grew up in the 90s and early 2000s with wrestling, that was a big time for wrestling.
It was. You could say the 80s and 70s was a big time.
Well, yeah, too, for sure. Definitely. That's kind of when it kicked off because there's just so many different interesting storylines that were just that when you came to school the next day, that's the kind of stuff you were talking about. You were ordering pay-per-view. You was begging your parents to order pay-per-view.
I could never get it. You got your parents to get it. I could never get that.
I think once or twice because it was like $60 and it was playing late too. So that's something you ready to go to school the next day and you up all night trying to watch a wrestling event. And stuff didn't happen because with those things they keep the information private, so it's kind of like you don't really even know who won the match on Sunday until you watch Monday Night Raw to see what happened.
Correct. Yeah, and then they show the highlights. That's the only highlight. Right. It was no YouTube highlights.
No, it was no YouTube. None of this stuff. So.
You had to catch the highlights from a broadcast,
from a live broadcast. Yeah. So its times were very different. And which was a good thing. And I really enjoyed that period of time But like, I don't know how people do it now. Like it may be along the same lines, but you'll know as soon as somebody wins, you'll know about it because somebody will be tweeting it or somebody will do a video of it or just whatever. It'll get out easier.
Yeah, you're right. Probably last night I couldn't catch the game, the hour game on Friday. It was Friday.
The Iowa, Angel Reese,
Yeah,
the LSU, Iowa.
but shit, I was doing updates with my phone. Who won? No, what's the score?
Right,
It was instant. It was
Yeah.
instant. Well, maybe 30 seconds delay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like instant. We could do that back in the day.
Right. Well, I guess we'll kind of get into that. The Gamecocks did win, but let's rewind a little bit. Let's talk about that Iowa LSU game. Was it a close game? Because like I said, I was still trying to get back home and
our LSU, how Brandon knew I watched the game. I usually don't watch games. That game was very tight to Angela Reese. Went out the game with like a hurt foot.
Okay.
A hurt ankle or something like that. Then she came back in to play the rest, but she was not the same
herself. Okay. So you think that was part of why they didn't win?
And bad coaching. They let what's the white girl name start with C?
I ain't gonna be able to tell.
No, who's shooting for Iowa? Who's shooting?
Oh, Caitlin Clark. I thought you were talking about
Caitlin Clark. They didn't let her like roam free like she
a
regular person.
Which is weird. But and then I caught a little bit of the last game with Iowa when they were playing UConn. I saw some of that last night, and I saw that call. I'm not sure if you saw it, but where they called the offensive foul because the girl did the screen with the last couple seconds.
Talk about with the little hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? You think they wanted Iowa to be in the championship, or it was a good call? I mean, like I said, I think it's hard to call something like that in a tight game like that. You just kind of let it happen, and if they make it, they win.
Now that ball, did the person who got with a person who was doing the fouling, did they offender have the ball?
No.
Did they get the rebound right there? Was it play on the ball? I can't quite.
No, it wasn't, because she was getting ready to set a screen, and she was gonna. I think after she set the screen, she was either gonna cut and try to get the ball, or somebody else is gonna get the ball.
Okay, I think we talk about two different plays.
What you talking about at the end of the game, though, right?
I'm just talking about is a call. I think I didn't watch the game, but it was probably in the fourth. It could have been a rebound, and the person was hooking.
Oh, okay. You're talking about something else. Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that play, but you think the refereeing was fair, though? Is that what you're trying to say? I
haven't watched it. I haven't seen that game. Because that's the one I was Googling. What's the score?
Okay, I got you. But like I said, I think they wanted her to be Iowa to be in the championship game just because it's better for her. They kind of setting her up. I saw when I was watching this game today, Caitlin Clark has insurance commercial, I believe. Did you see that?
She got a couple of commercials. Damn,
but I had no idea. But like I said, you got to get your star player into the championship game, whether it's through the talent or through some calls. I'm not saying anything fishy was going on, but they definitely wanted her to be in the championship game. So,
well, Brandon, quit saying that.
I haven't even said anything. I haven't even said anything.
LSU fair and square.
Okay, but the last game, it was a little bit of a questionable call, and some people were saying it might have just been them trying to do that. I'm not even saying that, but I'm just saying they wanted her. They wanted her in the championship.
Now, hold on, let me fight back a little bit now.
Go ahead.
Was that a white foul you talking about? So what is you talking
about?
No,
it wasn't though. I think the girl was African American that they called a foul on, and it was favorable to the Iowa. But like I said, we're not even gonna do that because I don't want people to try to use that against.
So you saying she went in there? You saying Clayton Clark, right? What, did she get in there because she's an entertainer, or did she get in there because of her gender and race?
No, I just think she's the it girl right now, and she just happens to be what they want. So, she's the majority. She's a wonderful woman, and that's a great thing. So I think they see she's marketable. Is she a thug? She's a Tom though. What she's a what? A tom?
Yeah, a tomcat. That's what she look like, walk like.
Okay. But like I say, her little
Oh,
girls can
Girl
look up
Scout,
to
she was
her.
strong girl. She
Right,
got
she a
two
fighter.
light. She got two lighting the fire badges on her. That's got the Girl Scout.
So
she is.
So if you out in nature, she got your back. Is that what
She
you're
got
trying
a
to
rifle badge. She got light the fire.
say?
She got protection, the defender
Gotcha.
badge. She got all
Gotcha.
that.
Right,
Ain't
right.
no
Gotcha.
sewing badge or cooking bags around.
Right. But to stay on her a little bit, how do you, and because we were talking about it a little bit, do you think they guard her the right way? Is it a better way to guard her? Because you said the coaching against when LSU was playing her, they messed up with the coaching, how they guarded Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, like on the last maybe 1 minute of the game with on a championship game, Caitlin Clark shot a 3, and it was way back, and it was still contested.
Did she hit
she's
it?
bad. Nah, it's back rim, so she's that good.
Right.
I mean, this is almost half court. She's that good.
Right. But let me just ask you this, because I'm not gonna say you're a great defender, but you used to take pride in guarding somebody. How could you guard somebody like that? And sometimes when I'm watching her, I'm trying to think, who should you put on her? Should you put somebody just strictly defense, somebody tall? What should you do to disrupt her game?
I can't. I don't know how fast she off that. How fast
run around picks and
no.
That
ain't the dangerous part. The first 2 steps. How fast is her first 2 steps to my reaction time?
Yeah, and now, I go ahead. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
If she got a fast first 2 steps, that means you can't guard her close, or she got you.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, she don't have the same moves, so it's not like she's setting up to do a 3. So she's dribbling. And she could just either pull up. It's kind of like Steph. She can pull up from wherever she wants, or she can start just trying to go around the court and just pass you. So it makes it hard to know when exactly she's going to shoot. And even with a hand in her face, she still can hit that shot. She still get the shot off.
Well, she need a female track athlete to guard her pretty well.
Okay. That's good.
But it's not too many female track athletes that play basketball.
Right. And they can be on that level, that elite level.
Yeah, well, not elite. You don't have to be elite in offense.
No,
because she's the Clark girl. She still shoots like a girl.
And what does that mean? It's not that high. It's not a high jump shot.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. It seems like they can't block it. They can't block it for some reason.
That's why I'm saying you get a girl who was born with a little too much testosterone. He'll lock her up. You see how the girl in South Carolina.
And that's what I was gonna get you.
Curry endorsed, right?
I can't. What? Not Juju? Who is somebody else? Who was it?
What is it? She's a freshman, black girl.
Okay, short
braids.
Yeah, short braids. Okay.
Now, if her hair was short, she'll look like a little boy. That's why she's so good.
Right.
Because
How
many female basketballs be cuffing balls like this? the block that off and cuff it.
Right.
How will a lady? I don't know. Ladies get the.
Not normally playing like that.
Cuff it, and if you watch her, she cuffing that ball a lot, like a linebacker, like a running back.
Right. And it's a distinctive style how men dribble and handle the ball, and how women dribble. It's not the same thing, but like I say, the way she dribbles is leaning more towards how me and you would dribble and hold the ball and move and stuff like that.
We go into contact, she be and then do this. Look, just come under like this.
Right. It's a lot of finesse, and just it's a different style. Like, she doesn't play the traditional style a woman plays with the basketball. Let's just say that.
And they could have. I know she don't even start, do she?
I ain't even gonna lie and say that she does, but she's a major contributor. She's it's a bunch of freshmen on a team. So
it's a black girl she hit point guard. With
I know
hair coming out. Now she ain't flashy as the other girl, but it looked like she's a more point guard.
I got you. More traditional, dribbling, slashing, kind of,
I'm trying to pass it. And I'm trying to bring the ball across court and then pass. Now the girl,
So
the
it's not
famous
Juju.
girl, it's
Okay,
not Juju. The
okay,
famous girl
okay.
who cuff it.
Mm-hmm.
She don't look like no traditional port guard because she be slashing. She be trying
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
score.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. But I think that has a lot to do with coaching. And I watched, like I said, I watched the beginning of the game, and it was a tight game, and they were a little rattled, but I think Don got them on task with, okay, we came in with a game plan. We're a little razzled or frazzled or whatever you want to say. Let's calm down. Let's get back to what we're doing. Let me see what's working and what's not working, and let's adjust. And I think they kind of did that, because I watched, like I said, I didn't watch the game, but I watched a lot of highlights from the second half, and they were just, that girl, Cardoza, she's just too big. Like every time they would miss a shot,
light-skinned girl with eyelashes,
right,
red hair.
Yeah, red hair. Every time they missed a shot, she was there for an offensive rebound, and just too big of a player, too inside, and like she can get anywhere in the paint that she wanted. And they're like, okay, our jump shot's not falling, or our defense is lacking a little bit, but we can always go in the hole. We can open things up that way, and they turned it around. So
now Brandon forgot about the dark skinned girl from South Carolina who kind of looked like a little boy a little bit.
What's talking about Juju? Yeah, but that
no,
that
you
was,
talking about the light skin, wrong? You talking about
I'm talking about
hair.
Cardoza. Yeah, I'm talking about Cardoza in the inside. But of course, Juju was going to do what she did. But it always makes it easier when you spread the floor open, and they feel like we got to put somebody in the paint. We may have to double team in the paint because Cardoza is so good, and that kind of draws somebody away, and it frees up her to be able to operate how she wants to operate.
One thing I like about Coach Stanley, she got some of her girls at times, they be moving like man out there.
And they're freshmen too. Like she didn't even think they were gonna go this far in the tournament, just because they're so fresh, and having to gel players together that quick, kind of like what Deion Sanders did. Like, you getting a bunch of fresh players, they don't know each other that well. They got to try to gel really quickly. And everybody feels like they're talented, but you got to step back, and some people got to step up at certain times. That can be tough to deal with. And I'm not trying to throw women up, but a bunch of women working together on a team, like that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It can be a lot of egos and just a bunch of other stuff too. So hats off to that team, because those girls showed up and they showed out.
I just like the movement, man. I'm telling you,
ball movement.
I just like somehow
Stanley, you commented, you made a comment about I think how the ball movement was. I think I saw that on it. Was it on Facebook?
That was on Facebook. That was South Carolina versus North Carolina. The ball was, like I was saying, the ball was moving like guys was out there running, setting up screens and dropping the cutting and dropping it off. I really don't see girls move the ball like that a lot.
No, well, I ain't gonna say that. You think you see men doing it more or women doing it?
Brandon, wait, hold on. No, okay.
Because I was gonna say
now ball movement, like I was talking about.
But that's what when you say that, you talking about Spurs, like how the Spurs used to play.
Yeah, the Spurs to do that. Professionals don't move the ball like that.
Now you talking about now, like
now? No,
okay. I got you.
They don't move the ball like that. Those Stanley girls, they was moving that ball rapidly, swiftly, and look efficient the way they was doing it too.
Right, and that's what I was gonna say. To me, when I'm watching a basketball game and them moving around like that, for some reason, that's more exciting to me than somebody coming down the court. It's one-on-one. It's a bunch of dribbling, and then then I gotta either shoot a shot or then I pass it. Like when that ball's moving around, and you can kind of tell, as soon as somebody catch it, it's gonna move around again. For some reason, that's a good style of basketball. It's almost more exciting, and women's basketball is kind of taking over. Do you even want to watch the men play the championship game
in college?
Yeah.
No, I don't care nothing about them guys, man. I don't know. I don't know not one player.
Right. That's
I know Bronny James. That's the only one player in college.
But,
I don't know no other player in the game.
And that's crazy to think about. Like, because people say women are just not as exciting, but for some reason, college women's basketball has overpassed men basketball. Like I think Purdue, and because like I said, I've been on a cruise. Purdue and somebody else is in the final game. I'm not even sure who's in the final game. It doesn't matter to me now.
It's over. Basketball's over now.
It's over. It'll be interesting to see the ratings for this game compared to the men's game, because usually it's the other way around. But Dawn has brought a lot of intensity to the sport, as well as Angel Reese and and we got to give up to Clark too, because she's a great player.
And you got to give up the coach
yeah.
for
who, Iowa?
No, not for Iowa, for Louisiana.
Okay.
Because you get that bad press at the same time too, so that boosts it up.
Right, you're right. But and just to touch on it a little bit, how do you feel about Angel Reese? There was a little controversy about her after she lost. She was saying that she was a villain, the victim a little bit. She was crying, I guess, and saying she was getting death threats. And people were saying, what they were saying about it. How do you feel about it?
Well, they made LSU out like they was criminals and thugs.
Yeah.
Coming to fight Miss Poppins and
right, a pretty
Popeye's
little
wife.
wonderful woman. Yeah.
So that's what they made it seem like, and they made it seem like Miss Reese, all these girls got attitudes and this and that.
Right.
So
even though the other girl was talking trash too, like it's okay for her to talk trash, but you can't talk trash back. And it seemed like that's when we started feeling sorry for her, and they started not trying to, because her talent turned her into a star, but people were really rooting for her. I don't know if you watched the game, but even the commentators, like the last couple of Iowa games, they going for Iowa. Like,
well, I recorded on my phone the championship game when the championship ball dropped. South Carolina won it.
Mm-hmm.
The next 2 minutes was on the other girl for Iowa. Camera all up in her face. And right, I got the video.
So they were doing that, in your opinion, for what reason?
Which mean, in my opinion, Brandon, I said I got the video.
Okay, but they did it, but why do you think they would do it? They were showing her.
Wait, hold on.
Go ahead, take your time.
You see that?
Yes.
You see that? They just dropped the
confetti.
The Gamecocks won. Gamecocks won. Gamecocks won. Gamecocks won. Wait, Brandon, Gamecocks won. Gamecocks, they just won.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is the star. This is what they wanted to win, And even though she lost, let's show who we want to show, and let's show the favoritism. And that's kind of what my point was. Like, I know they wanted her to win, and they were gonna try. I'm not gonna say they were gonna try to cheat, but they were hoping that she pulled it out so they can just start rolling out her popularity, all this stuff for her. But
they can say she the GOAT.
Yeah. But like I said, she's a great player. She's a phenomenal player for sure. So you can't take anything from her, but she did lose, and y'all could have been showing the Gamecocks celebrating as soon as they won the championship.
Yeah, missed that moment. You got to wait 3 minutes to see the championships.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I say, shout out to the Gamecocks. They were 39-0 this season, which is incredible.
I think they only lost three games in the last 105 games,
which is remarkable. And like I said, I guess people talk about Dawn a little bit in the game, what she's done, but that's hard to do. That's hard to come in and she's got 3 championships already.
Mm-hmm. We need to get her to wear some Man in the Metaverse gear. Take that Gucci. And Gucci, though she had a Gucci.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton. She had a Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton girl.
I started.
How much you making? We know you're making $3 million a year. We know what you're making.
When I was looking for the clip to put on here, I saw that jacket. I was like, nah, I'm not putting that one on here. Let me put something else on here.
Yeah.
But she got a shirt that says everyone watches women's sports. So I figured let's go with something like that. But on to our next topic.
Let's talk about Diddy. Let's talk about Diddy there. Let's talk about some Diddy.
Puff Daddy, as everyone knows, his house was raided. It's been some allegations filed against him, which kind of started with Cassie. He settled with Cassie.
So what happened? So something happened with Cassie. Okay.
Another producer was I guess he alleged some things in a lawsuit, and it kind of just
camera Brandon could get.
I don't know,
right. But keep going with it. I'm sorry to break out. Let me get back in.
But just all that stuff kind of snowballed into him and these charges, and him being named as, I guess, a sex trafficker, or just being in some kind of stuff where people are doing stuff sexually against their will, not necessarily against their will, but they don't feel all the way comfortable with it. So is but and it's like a media push to go ahead and condemn him and joke about him, and people not even saying pause anymore. They're saying no Diddy because he may be doing some sexual stuff in the bedroom, but he is, like I say, he's still innocent. How do you feel about this?
I believe Sean Johns did not break any law that's on any state law books. Maybe federal,
Right.
maybe different.
right. And I agree with that. Like, I think he's doing some weird stuff, some shady stuff, but wait, hold on. I think he's leveraging his celebrity and his power and his money, which people do for his sexual gratification. Like, he's like, look, if you want to party with me, this is what I like to do. I don't think he forced anybody to do anything. He may or may not have put something in people's drinks or offered people
Why
drugs.
you always go with
I'm going with
people,
what's
Brandon?
I'm not. This is what people have alleged in interviews. I'm just bringing up the points. This not what people have said.
No, I never heard none of those
Okay,
stuff.
but
He said,
well, it's his bodyguard, Gene Deal. He's been doing interviews. There's been other people. They say it's like if you go to a party, it's champagne bottles over here for the girls, and it's champagne bottles over here for everyone else. And they've alleged that these champagne bottles have been spiked. I'm just telling you the facts that people have said on the internet.
As a grown man, you're 38, 34 years old.
I'm
you
with you.
Go to the party. Should you drink out any of those drinks, Brandon?
Good point. Good, and that's what I want to get
that.
to. That's what I want to get to. If I go to a party and say I'm 21, I'm a grown up, right? You're a grown up, and I make a decision. If I see this bottle, it's already open. Dang, what the? Yeah, this ain't got no factory seal on it. Okay, well, is that the safest thing to do for a man or a woman to do? No, it's not. And if I start feeling woozy and all that kind of stuff, the next day, either I have to call the police and start a report, or like I just made a mistake. I'll have to learn from it, and I have to move on.
In the words of Dick Gregory, a person, if you slip a person a pill, and if you put a pill on person drinks and they drink it at a party, that's one thing. But if you go to a party and people handing you weird looking drinks and you're adult and you put it to your lips,
right?
Yes, the law could have been broken, but where is the accountability not to drink stuff from Bill Cosby?
I hear you, but and like I say, Lewis, if you did this and you felt in your mind like that wasn't right, like I've been drinking for a couple of years, and I know when I'm just regular drunk, or I know when I feel extra. Go ahead. What you about to say? Go ahead.
First of all, let's start from the beginning. Why are you coming to Puff Daddy house, Brandon?
Well, clearly I'm trying to advance my career. I'm not trying to
private party now.
Right. Maybe I'm a special person, and he just knows that how he's a good person. He wants to bless me with a great time.
No, you said no, so you won't go over a person's house for that. Why are you going to see Puff Daddy in an all-white party?
Right. That's a good point. So what do you think people are going for? They want an experience?
They want
they want whatever comes with this.
And Puff Daddy pays you $5,000 and said, come to this party, Brandon.
But
you took the $5,000. Why are you coming over there, Brandon?
That's what people. You're right, but that's what people don't think about. Like, what? So you think this man just inviting you for just because he want to have fun, and he wants you to be a part of it? No, people want to. It's give and take. You want to be at this party, it's going to cost you something. You can go down the street and go to a party, but this is an elite. This man. I'm not sure if he's a billionaire now, but this man is a wealthy man. He's inviting you to a party. All he want to do is party and have fun. And you don't know what kind of. Go ahead.
Lives in the housing is adjusted by income. So you got to adjust the rent by income.
Good point. Good point.
And you go to a billionaire house.
Right. You make this much. You make this much. He makes this much. Y'all shouldn't even be networking with each other or communicating.
And he telling you to come over.
Right. For some reason, he wants you to come over.
And what time of the day is this, Brandon?
It's not 5 p.m. It's not. It's late night. And
late night. What time is late night? Give me something.
Well, I know he called one. Was it Columbus Short? I think he called Columbus Short one time in the middle of the night.
What time is that?
About 3 in the morning.
Okay, that's about right. So you go to Puff Daddy house anywhere between 11 p.m. Or even 10 p.m.
Is that business hours? Is that business hours or is that's pleasure hours? What kind of work?
I don't know, Brandon, what hours it is. That's just a time. I don't know what they can do. A lot of business go on 11 o'clock.
Okay, fair enough.
So people in London from America, of course, you go talk around that time.
So you should be safe going over to Puff Daddy's house late at night because he might be just talking business. He might have some business stuff to go over with you.
Yeah, but you already took payment. So if you took payment, what services will you be offering to Puff Daddy?
Just me being, around him, conversation.
Nah, you took payment, Brandon.
Okay, so it was but you know what? With him, it's kind of like jail. When you sit down, somebody offer you some cornbread or offer you an extra plate. It's not out of the kindness of their heart. Some people do that kind of stuff because they want something in return.
And it may be now if they put a tip on top of that, would it be out the kindness of the heart, Brandon? So what was you talking about? Not the kindness of your heart. He said, "I give you 100 to do this," but he gave you 150. Where did the $50 come from? Why he put extra on it, Brandon?
You know why, and they know why.
Kindness of the heart. See, Brandon don't know. Some people can do things at the kindness of their heart.
They can. But if you've already heard rumors that it's some stuff going down at these parties, and if you don't get down like that, you just have to be aware of the environments you go into.
What, Brandon, do people hear rumors that if you get a credit card, you don't have to pay it off because they can't come and get it? Do people hear rumors like that?
They do hear rumors.
Do people hear rumors like this? It's okay to quit your job before you get another job.
Yes, they do, and they do it anyway, right? And then you have to deal with the conversation. You have to deal with the consequences.
Ain't no rumors. The people know it is what it is. It ain't no rumors.
It's okay. So I'm trying to think of somebody else. So, who is there a celebrity that you would go to? You would hang out with if a celebrity hit you up. Let me try to think. If LeBron James was like, "Hey, Lewis, I like what you're doing. Come party with us. Yeah, I'm gonna send you something. You get on the jet, and you come hang out with us."
All right. First, I gotta look at what Brandon lead out. What video went viral?
Okay. So that's a good point. You need to make sure that it's a reason somebody.
LeBron James shared our video. And that video got 12 million views.
Okay.
Then LeBron said, "Man, come out here. Let's shoot another video. You blow up one more time."
Right. Okay. Stuff like that. Okay.
In a public setting at a charity event. Yes, I'll come out there.
Okay.
That's the only way it's gonna happen.
I got you. But I think with some instances, I guess people want to work for these artists, like they want to intern for Diddy, and they feel like their career is going to kind of take off. It's kind of similar to like R. Kelly, like, "Hey, let's do some music, and here's my kid, like turn my kid into a celebrity, like help us, and I'll just trust you going to do the right thing. I'll just trust you're going to take care of the situation and do the right thing."
Yeah, that's what people do. I do want to say something about a lesson about Diddy. I didn't do it yet. It's in my phone to do. But Diddy, just like any other celebrity, they have a whole bunch of snitches out here. Boosie, he had a snitch.
Right.
DG, he had a snitch. Puff Daddy, he had a stitch. Now, Rick Ross did a song using video that was privately recorded of Puff Daddy while he was talking to one of his employees in 2003.
Okay.
It got Diddy being recorded unpronounced in him talking about, do you want to be a roach, nigga? Or do you want to walk with God? Make up your damn mind.
Right. Which is a hard line, I guess, and it, for musical purposes,
But Brandon, somebody was recording Puff Daddy on record.
Yeah.
So he got people around him.
Yeah.
Recording all his words and he don't even know about it.
And all the stuff he does at these parties too. Like, people know what's going on. And it's not something new. This is something that's been going on since, the 90s. We're not gonna say the 90s, but when his rise, you think Puff Daddy's just been partying and doing this stuff? This stuff been going on forever.
He been doing this since he was the Howard.
He was
the Howard Bison.
Right. And that's kind of my thing. Like, people act like this is just something he's doing. This is something a lot of people do. This is okay until it's not okay with somebody. And then everybody sees money and they want the money. They want the attention. And I kind of think, do you think anything's going to happen to Diddy? I'm really not sure if they're going to be able to charge him with something.
No, you don't. See, here's the thing, Brennan. If they had something, Diddy would be arrested.
Right.
So since Diddy got people recording him all the time, somebody talked to the feds and say, y'all need to, in this room, he keep records right here. So y'all need to do a raid. Right. And they did a raid to try to dig on stuff. If they had stuff, he'll be arrested.
Right.
But
go ahead.
They trying to figure out, get something through that raid.
Yeah.
So and I think really don't got nothing.
Right. And I think if he does have something, I think Diddy is smart enough to have dirt on other people too. So, you may see him in the legal system, but him actually going down for something, I just don't see it, because
now, I think it's similar on other people. Other people like who? Other Negro? He's the top, Brandon.
I hear you, but it's a lot of execs. It's a lot of people that don't want to go to jail. That's going to look out, and they're going to talk to the judges, talk to the prosecutors that need to be talked to get him out of any jail time or anything like that. Like, this is going away. Like I said, R. Kelly did the same thing when he was up. He made everything go away. When he was on his decline,
he didn't make anything go away. The people who made money off him made.
That's what I'm saying. They massaged the hands that need to be massaged. They paid everybody off because they were still profiting at the time off of him in a major way. What's it? I saw this post that you did too, which is
now,
funny.
Brandon. In life, this is why I seen.
Okay.
This is based on scientific evidence from my point of view only in life. You see different people.
I feel the same. I feel the same way, but go ahead.
How you feel the same way?
Because we talked about it when people have their eyes too close together
and
they're too far apart to get, too far apart, or they have features that aren't normal. Because you've seen Puff Daddy, like, I think people made fun of how his teeth are. Like, I'm not saying anything is wrong with him, but for some people, you could just tell something. It's just not. Something's off a little bit. There you go. Right there. There you go.
So, is that a big head, Brandon? Is his head big?
Kinda, yeah.
But compared to his eyes, don't make his eyes look small as hell.
Yeah, it's not symmetric. Most people, they're symmetrical, and we're designed in a way where it's perfect. God kind of made us a certain way. If you split it down the middle, yeah. See how their eyes are.
Who eyes are? You tell me. I never told us how I feel about people.
I think we've talked about that. I can't remember what topic we were on, but this is the sign that you're something's wrong with a chromosome, or you were like, what's the word? It's like you were close to being like the caveman. Well,
I won't say that. I just say, I see people with them real bitty eyes, they be doing like criminal crimes. They be doing like criminal crimes. Like if you go back to, if you look at how animals are designed, the closer your eyes are together and the smaller and the directly forward, that means you're a predator.
Okay.
You know?
And that may be right. There may be something like that could be studied, and you look at the data and see that. But I'm with you.
Yeah. Like you look at a cheetah eyes directly in front, close together, predator.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now look at a damn a hawk. A hawk got two eyes right there, a predator. You know?
I got you.
A viper, a predator. Then you could go to the other side of the dilemma.
Right.
Spaced out. I said, I see people with eyes like spaced out like this. I said they may say some silly stuff, or they'll commit silly crimes like get caught stealing socks from Target or something.
I got you.
Hey, Brandon, is that a silly crime, Brandon?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But people still do it, right?
Right.
Give me these socks.
And we're not making fun of people like this, but it's just something to pay attention to when you're interacting with people, so you know how to read them, know how to move forward, because it's people have all kind of diseases, deformities. Like what did Chris Rock say? He got Asperger's. Like, you know, if you kind of look at some of how he acts and some things he says, like it's a way to kind of diagnose people in a sense. So if you don't know,
back. Small bitty eyes close together, predator. You know, right here, Glorilla, prey. She gonna say some. She gonna do some foolish stuff and say some foolish stuff.
I got you.
You take an antelope in Africa. One eye is over here, one eye is over there. They can't focus on everything.
Right.
They got to be wide open like they're spaced out.
Right, and that's how they be acting. People act too.
You know, a predator be
right. It's locked in, focused.
Yeah,
you know,
she be
hunting. They're hunting. Like
at the end of the day, got in. You know, she made. That's a quote from her. She said that to the President Obama. Biden. At the end of the day got in, President.
I like I said, I'm trying to catch up on some of the stuff, but I did hear about them talking to Glorilla, which is, you know,
nice. Glorilla, nice young lady. I don't want to disrespect her.
Did you listen to her album?
I don't thought she have an EP. She don't got an album yet.
Well, she dropped a mixtape. I think they call it a mixtape. It's not an album. Let me try to see what it's called, but it's got she doing a thing where they kind of remixing old songs, like old hits from the South.
They've been doing that for 10 years now.
Yeah, but it seems like she's doing a lot of that. Like most of her songs are kind of like that. It's everything. That's her newest project. But I listened to some of it. Like I say, it's all right.
Yeah, she had a good interview on Shannon Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
She teach y'all what me and Brandon tried to teach y'all is no money selling marijuana, man.
If she said that.
If you ain't moving, you gotta be moving a pound, man. You know,
that's one of my favorite videos. Go ahead.
What?
Us talking about that, like comparing a trade versus somebody selling dime bags.
If the transaction ain't get you at least 300 transaction, what's going on?
Right.
You know, Glorilla is talking about she was getting money, $5 here, people haggling over a gram, you know. And I didn't know they ain't sell drugs by gram. Back in my day, it was a nickel.
But let me ask you. Go ahead. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
A dime. And if you want some med, then that was a different discussion.
But when people are doing that at the time, do they feel like they're making a lot of money?
Like Gorilla said, money coming in, but you gotta use that to give it back out.
Right. But you feel like you're doing something, but then you're like, I gotta spend all this money I made on getting more product. And I'm probably using some of the product myself too. So you know, you almost not even doing anything. You're wasting your time. You're putting your freedom on the line for what? For an extra $200 maybe? When you could just go ahead and get a job.
Yeah, I mean, we are, man, if you got to move, if just say you every move transaction you make $200. You got to at least move 3 of those a day, or at least 2 a day, and that'd be very risky.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Not every transaction you could be getting robbed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You put your life on the line for what? $50? And somebody know where you live, you know.
No, they won't know you live. Follow my rules to Facebook's marketplace. They ain't gonna know where you live.
But listen, even if you don't make the drop with somebody, people tend to follow you home. People tend to try to do their homework on you, and try to see if they can get weed from you. They're gonna figure out where you live, especially if they know you're doing that. They're like, dang, where does this person stay? Let's try to figure out where we can break in their home. That happens a lot though. But go ahead.
Well, they don't have Well, bro, I disagree.
Well, go ahead. Okay, well, I'm in the house with somebody who used to allegedly, maybe not have done that. So
no, they don't figure out where you should stay. Somebody tell them where you stay at.
Okay,
that's the difference. Right, that's why I disagree on. Okay. They don't figure out where you stay. Somebody tell them where you stay at, and then they catch you. So you might have disagree with me. They don't know what you disagree with.
That's fair enough. Well,
yeah, this ain't no covert stuff. This nigga live 2 counties over. Nah. I said, oh, that's so-and-so. They go to church, but yeah, he stay over here. Okay. The mama make the sweetest sweet potato pie, you know. And then your whole business gets exposed over sweet potato pie. Why? Right. Because people be selling drugs at their mama house and their grandparents' house.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, I'm about to check out the interview though. That's it's funny that she say that, and I hope she kind of gave a positive side of, you know, that game and be like, look, it's not what y'all think it is.
I got much respect for Glorilla. Her parents didn't have no money. Her mom wouldn't have no money. She got 10 kids. Daddy didn't have no money. He got 8 kids. But she never complained about. She never said. She never said about nothing about my daddy didn't provide, my mama didn't provide, and the little help she needed coming up before that album dropped, before F O what was the name of the song?
Maybe Free.
Yes, I didn't want to say the words.
Okay.
But her daddy allowed her to stay in the hotel room and sleep on the bed, so she didn't have to pay no rent. She was all the money was going to music.
But that's
good.
See? Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think sometimes that's the problem with people. Like, can you complain about the cards that you've been dealt? Yeah, you can. Is it going to get you anywhere? No, it's not. Like I said, we've talked about me. My father wasn't in my life. I can lean on that and use that as an excuse for everything that's not happening for me in the right way, or I can just keep working. Look at the positive things that I do have. Like my mom just called me when we was on this live doing the show. I'll call her back later. But hey, I got my mom in my life. I had my grandparents, you know. I've had great friends around. If you keep looking at the negative, you're going to, you know, just fall more into that and lean on that. Or you can look at the positives and build on it. And I think that's what some people do. Successful people do.
I never heard daddy complain. I never heard Brandon complain about his daddy not being in a moment in his life. He didn't let that stop him.
Right.
And once Brandon turned 18, ended complaining about another man. That's the urinary tract infection coming out your vagina coming out. That's what's happening.
Right. And like I said, I can see somebody doing it as a child or, you know, as a teenager, you saying that your dad's not there. I get that. But when you're a grown man and now you're in this world and you're able to work and do the things you can do to get ahead, it's no time to complain about that, because you are whoever you are. Now it's time to get moving.
By 18, you are a grown adult. Can't blame nobody else.
And if you decide to go to a Puff Daddy party and you drinking stuff that's already open, somebody already been drinking out of it,
and you was paid to come over there too.
Right. You don't do any music. You nobody. They just saw you on the street like a groupie, and it's like, hey, come with us. Come with us.
Or you got tongue. Somebody sweet talk the draws off you, saying they can put you as an E and R or something.
Yeah, right.
You know, that can happen.
That's just game. Like like in the world, people go try to run game on you. You know,
Yeah.
it's people that want to help you in life and get you ahead for sure, but it's a lot of people that can do that and they want something in return. And sometimes they don't even want to do that. They want to promise you something that they're never going to give you in hopes to get what they're looking for.
And a mentor would never meet up with you past
A
8
true
p.m.
mentor,
A true
yeah,
mentor past 8 p.m.
because what it's you like I said, I don't think it's just crossing lines that don't need to be crossed.
At the Applebee's past 8 p.m. They ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. So don't fall for the okie doke. What else you got, Brandon?
Well, like I say, went on a Carnival cruise, a 5-day cruise. I was gonna ask you, have you been on a cruise? When's the last time you? Because I think we talked about it briefly.
I've been on cruise roughly 12, 13 years ago, almost to the day.
Okay. And like I said, I think it's been around the same time that I went on a cruise. So I was interested to see how things have changed with Carnival, especially them trying to bounce back after COVID and all that stuff. So
what happened?
Well, it just wasn't advanced. Like I felt like it was pretty much the same experience that I had 10 years ago. Like as far as food quality, you know, the room, like I said, we had a balcony, but the room was small.
Brennan is online complaining about Carnival on a YouTube line, and that's the cheapest cruise line you can get.
And that's why I'm here to educate people and try to get them, because depending on who you are and where you are in life, this may be okay for you, but this is definitely the bottom line of cruise ships. But listen, even if I'm at the bottom, I still expect certain things. Like what I was gonna tell you is like we woke up one morning, probably like the second morning, and you throw the covers off. It's a urine stain on the comforter. Okay, so listen, we're like,
boy, I know your wife had a fit there. Right. That's the whole trip.
Right. So we're like, okay, this, but let's just calm down. The maid and stuff, they want to come in and change the sheets and stuff like that. So we're like, all right, cool. They're gonna come in, change the sheet, make the bed, do all that kind of stuff. So we come back from like being out on an excursion or whatever. So we come back in. Oh, the bed's made. They fixed that. Everything is good.
Put an elephant in the middle of the bed.
Put an elephant, a towel.
Yeah.
They do the thing. Okay, so I think maybe the next morning or the morning after, you get out of bed, just kick the covers off. Why is it the same comforter? They don't change the covers. I'm like, they don't change the sheets.
No, Brandon, you're wrong.
Well, go ahead.
Brandon, you got to request to have that comforter changed.
We did. What if it's urine and visible? It's visible.
Who did
the person in the room? The person in the room that cleaned it, because they give you the card and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so you didn't say that. You left that.
Well, okay. Well, but I was gonna say the cleaning person that came in, be like, oh, I'm not trying to cut up. I'm not trying to fuss. I don't think I told you. What did I tell you the first time I was on a cruise ship? We were getting ready to eat. I put our bags down over at the table. We went to get something. We come back. It's people sitting at our table and they're eating. And I'm like, yo, get up. Like this is our stuff. And people are looking around and the people don't want to get up. So it was almost an altercation. So I'm trying to relax and trying to be cool on the ship and trying not to flip out. But this, I guess, this is the atmosphere and the stuff you can kind of expect on Carnival.
Nah, rule number one: Brandon know the game. All his stuff's bags should have been stolen. That's what should have happened, because you left them unattended. That's what's really supposed to happen. So
it could have happened.
So God bless you.
We just had some beach towels in a bag, that kind of thing. But even if somebody did that,
God bless
when
you. That shit, that was there. I said somebody gonna steal that shit, but somebody got to stay. So if you follow the rules, nobody would took those seats because somebody would be there looking.
That's true. But that's some of the etiquette and the modes of operation when you're on a cruise ship. You can leave your stuff and people shouldn't bother it. They had excursion tickets on people's doors and room stuff, and they bring your bags to the door. Mm-hmm. People shouldn't bother the stuff. That's just how stuff go. But I was gonna say one more thing too. My wife got a salad because she don't eat a lot of stuff and she's a picky eater. So I think this was probably about the second meal. It was a bug in the salad.
What kind of bug?
I'm not sure. It was like a good size bug because I wasn't there when she had it, but it's not for everybody. I'll just say that. And it's not a cheap trip either. Like it was a great trip. Carnival is not cheap, especially for the room that we got. Like I told them like y'all just can't handle no Carnival cruise. Like you just not in that point of your life. You may just need a different, more expensive cruise.
You told who you told that?
My wife and my daughter, because they just
your daughter supposed to know no difference now.
She's a picky eater. She ate. What she eat? She just ate.
No. I'm talking about the quality level. She
does, but I think depending on where you are in life, like kids kind of know and they see, what's going on YouTube. Like back in the day, we didn't know the different levels of stuff, and like
yes,
kids can. Well, not to the extent like these kids know. We know rich stuff.
You know, if you had to close your mouth, the roaches won't get in there. You do that.
Right, correct.
You do that, you can't keep no soda on the edge of the bed open. You do that.
You're right.
We did know that.
We did know some of
it. We know some of them.
We did know that. Our parents kind of put us on game with that kind of stuff too. Or you just experienced it firsthand. Dang, if I go over to such and such house, I have to make sure I zip my book bag up and all that kind of stuff.
You think you got your alarm going off of your phone? Now it's a roach crawling around the can, making noise. Hello. Huh?
Right.
Act like they ain't never heard a roach crawling around before.
Right.
I heard a few times in my life. I didn't like that.
And what else I was gonna say about that? And we went during spring break, so it was a lot of kids, and my daughter had a good time, but she got sick for some reason. She was in the hot tub, and after that, she just had a fever.
Who hot tub?
On a cruise.
A public?
The public. All the kids.
Why your wife is letting your daughter get down in the hot tub?
She gotta have fun. I was thinking about getting in there, but like I say, it's just times are different post-COVID, and that's why I said I just know cruises and all this stuff is just not for us, because just think all these people on the ship, they're getting into this pool. Everybody's not everybody, but a lot of people are sick coming on this cruise. So what they doing, they got their face and just all in their mouth stuff in this pool. I know it's chlorine and stuff in it, but it's germs just being passed all through there. So that's just one of the things that you have to deal with going on a cruise. And you can't get off unless you're at the stop that you're going to. So you're kind of just trapped on a cruise ship until you get off.
Well, y'all at least gamble was at the bar and to the band, ain't it?
A little, not really. Because, like I said, they were sick in the room. I had my wife's parents. They were there. We went to dinner.
Yeah, I had 2 different rooms or same room?
2 different rooms. 2 different rooms. And just like I say, when you're used to a certain quality of food, like the quality of food, it wasn't there. Like I would rather eat at Golden Corral.
That's why I was trying to say. Is it worse than the Golden Corral?
It's worse than Golden Corral. Yeah, it's worse than Golden Corral. And it shouldn't be that way. I don't think. I know Carnival is the bottom of the barrel cruise line, but
how
still.
Much per person? Just say how much per person, brother. Just say per person. Not total.
People, well, that's all I I know the total for my wife's parents. It was like, I think it was 2,500.
God damn, what the hell? Hold on.
Exactly. For a 5-day cruise for 2 people. That's how much that was.
Hold on.
Right.
Shit, them days back before COVID, that was like 400. No, you got the top room, $800, $1,000.
Right, but that's right. And I think our room was probably like 9, so we probably pay like $4,000. They do it by people. So when I do the math, I'm like, this was a great vacation, but the quality that they give you, it's just not there. That's my take on it. Like I say, it felt like the same food I had 10 years ago. That's the quality and the level of culinary skill was in the kitchen.
Well, it's the Carnival, Brandon.
What does that mean?
Before the pandemic, $200 could get you 3 days on a boat.
But how hard is it to make good food?
Brandon,
not
it's
hard.
the carnival, Brandon.
What does that mean?
That's and like you trying to tell Pizza Hut to make better pizzas. It's Pizza Hut.
I would rather Pizza Hut though, and am I paying Pizza Hut prices when I'm going on Carnival? Not really. I think like the prices you were talking about, $200 a person.
Before
that sounds
pandemic.
Yeah. That sounds good. That I would be okay with that, but I don't know. It's just not that hard to make good food in mass bulk nowadays. It's 2024, and and it's no telling what kind of quality the meat was. Like I had pepper steak. You know how you had that pepper steak that's hard and tough?
And the edges,
yeah. Like it's just been a while since I've had a quality meat like that and trying to eat it. Like I said, maybe it sounds a little elitist, but just saying. Are you pulling up something? Put on the screen.
No, hold on. I'm trying to see can they got the boat. Okay, Dad, you want to put on the screen? I didn't want Carnival, you got to pay us for this.
Well, we did send them a little bit, but just
Brandon left out of Charleston,
yeah.
Now Brandon lives in Texas, so
that's our ship too. That's our ship, the Sunrise.
Yeah, so he lived in Texas. He just left out of here. Okay, that's the ship. Sunrise. Okay, how many guest capacity? Up to 3,000.
That's a.
So that's okay. What kind of? You say you had a balcony?
Yeah, balcony.
If that's how it looked right here, this is
that's a premium balcony. That's I wish it was like that. It was rectangle like the other one.
Like this. This is
it was.
But the style is mid-90s. Did it look like this inside?
Yes, that's the problem. Yeah, it looked just like that.
Okay,
and what kind of decor? Like y'all can't have that decor nowadays. You just can't. That's the same. It looked like the same decor when I was going 15 years ago.
Yeah,
and it was outdated then too.
How about that? So that's what you had?
No, that looked a little more updated. But yeah, it's like that one with the gold. They had the gold thing on there.
So what you had a bar. Why you didn't go to the bar?
Yeah, I did.
Huh? What else you had?
The burger joint. We hit the burger joint. The burgers was decent for sure.
So you did a burger joint?
Yeah.
Now
I had at least 8 burgers the whole trip.
Okay, so was the burgers bad? What kind of quality
it wasn't bad.
The burgers?
I would say I would give the burger a 7. Like they had burgers with like onion rings and chili on it and just the extras that you can get on a burger. So
now did you go to the steakhouse?
No, we didn't go to the steakhouse. We were planning to get but listen, but I hear you. I get it. And you have to pay extra for the steakhouse. But imagine if I go to the steakhouse and I pay $50 and it's still not the quality that I'm expecting, because some of the stuff I did order from some of the restaurants and it wasn't good. So you have to pay $49 extra just to get.
Right. Okay, you was right. I thought you was BS.
No. But that's my point. Like they had some restaurants over here, but it's no way I'm gonna get in these restaurants and I'm gonna get the same kind, because it's basically the same kitchen setup. They just try to make it a little fancier, but if it's not good, it's not good, and I'm not gonna pay extra for some mediocre food. So
you wasn't gonna pay $40 to get some of this
the tartar or whatever.
I thought it was fish eggs or something, boy. So you wasn't gonna pay to get this?
No. No.
How about that steak right here with this lobster tail looking stuff?
You said lobster tail looking stuff.
That's a shell,
yeah, it is. It is.
And you don't want to say it like that? Somebody come to what kind of wine you got?
No.
All right, what else did y'all eat?
Pizza. They had a sushi place. They had a deli. It's an Asian place. I got some food from the Asian place, but it was good. It was like worse than the Asian mall food.
And you got to pay for this too?
Yeah, you got to pay for that too.
Now this per day or just that?
Yeah,
sitting?
per sitting, and it's just regular food.
So what was free on here?
The buffet stuff that's not good, and you go to dinner too, and they got different meats and different cuts of meat and fish and all that kind of stuff. But everything I got wasn't good. It was, just worse. Like I say, worse than Golden Corral. I had a pasta dish like that with mussels and shrimp and stuff. It was terrible. Like everything I had, it just was off. I had fried green tomatoes. I don't know if you know that about me. I love fried green tomatoes.
I didn't know that.
Sour. They were sour. Like I never had fried
green tomatoes. So
no, I'm talking about sour. Like they've gone bad. Like something went bad in.
Okay.
In
you mean like vinegar sour?
Yeah, almost. But
with that little smell. Yeah.
Yes, but you shouldn't even. I shouldn't even taste that when you tasting eating fried green tomatoes. But yeah.
How about the casino?
It was nice.
Did
like I said, but I went in there. I didn't really do anything just because I wasn't even in the mood. Just because it was such a rough time. I saw a urine stain on the comforter, and they just left. They just made the bed back up.
All right, then but you got a new comforter a day later, right?
No, because we ended up trying to give, we told her about it. They made the bed. This is probably when the fourth day when we realized that it's still the same comforter. So we had another comforter because they give you an extra comforter in there. So I'm just like, but you can tell when people cleaning the halls. I didn't see any covers. I didn't see. So what they were doing, they just make the bed. They clean it off a little bit and make the bed back up. I guess this is what they do. Like if you go to a hotel, they'll give you fresh sheets. They may not change the comforter. Yeah, they may not change the comforter all the time.
Not necessarily.
But you can. Okay, you're right.
Go to a hotel, stay 3 days. They'll change the sheet the first day. Then after that, they change.
But you have to. Yeah, right. They're not gonna. Then they're gonna try not to do it. But like if I have a stain on a comforter and it's not just a water stain or a soda stain.
How you know it was a pizza stain? It could have been Coca-Cola, Brandon.
It's not the damn Coca-Cola.
It could have been Coca-Cola.
It could have been Coca-Cola. I want to hope it's Coca-Cola, but 9 times out of 10,
get out with a peace stain to get out, Brandon.
Well, that's my thing. Did they wash it?
No, Brandon. A peace stain stinks. It don't stain.
This is another thing too. Like, I'm not saying it couldn't, but the way the toilet smell. Remember how like it'll push that smell in your room too? That's another thing. People,
you don't got a real toilet, Brandon. You got an outhouse, but inside.
Right.
Is it still like that?
Yeah, it's still like that. So,
yeah. They can't have a real. They put real toilets to ship a sink. All that way.
That's funny, but like I say, I just. I told them like we're not doing a cruise. I'd rather just fly somewhere.
That's why you got the wrong one. You could have been in California $234.
Oh, that's funny.
Huh? You picked the wrong cruise.
But it starts that way,
Well, you in Charleston? Let's look at Charleston.
Try to build one.
5 days. This is your cruise right here, right? Sunshine.
Yeah, well, that's where we went. Half Moon and Nassau. That's funny.
Look at this. So $500 per person.
But what? So why do you think the other one is $200?
And what kind of you want an ocean view? Ain't it?
We had the balcony.
Oh, you had a balcony sold out. Oh, see, yeah.
But what?
Yeah,
it's not
Brandon,
worth it.
It's
not worth it. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. So this is $400, and you tie $400 times each person.
Right. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
See, you should have got this right here.
I probably would have lost my mind. I probably would have lost. It would have been.
No, you still got the window. And you could have got better eats. You could have spent your money on the food.
Or I could have spent more money. But what if I was disappointed with the quality still?
You didn't try the good places. You only went to the cheap ones.
I went and got some Asian food from the Asian restaurant, and like I said, it wasn't good.
What would you
but no, they got the Asian restaurant, huh?
What you think gonna taste like? Who was cooking the food?
That's my point. It's the same.
People who Latinos cooking the food ain't gonna taste good.
And I didn't see none of those on there, but and it was funny seeing people complain. Like I would see wonderful people like this. We was at brunch one time, and this wonderful man, I could tell he was waiting a long time, and we were waiting too. They had a server come by. He didn't even know what table we were, if we got any food or what. So they finally gave the guy his food. He looked at the food. He had a steak, and it was like, you know how like steak is red, but it's done dried up, and it's that hard dark red. Have you ever seen? It's like when steak is like left out. You know what I'm saying? And
I seen the dark cut, but I don't remember that being on no plate. But yeah.
So his steak was like that. He was trying to figure out whether that was something in his steak or what. But he, like I said, he just had a bad experience, and I was kind of talking to him about it. He was just like, yeah, like this is not good food, and they try to smooth it over with the foreigners talking to you and trying to be relatable and make you feel good, but the food just not good.
Brandon up here complaining about the food. That guys, look. Now let's look at the ripoff. Let's look at what Brandon didn't understand right here. A person who paid $500 is getting the same food a person paid $1,000.
Right.
Brandon, the food ain't good because you pay these high prices.
That's my thing. I shouldn't have been on there. I shouldn't have been on there.
You know, you should have got the $500 room.
No, but I would have really been mad then. Like I say, if you get that kind of room, it'll make you get out of the room and try to do more stuff outside of the room. But
don't you supposed to be out of the room anyway?
You are. But if you're at sea and you try to go up top, there's no chairs, there's nowhere to be because it's spring break and everybody's already got the stuff. It's just
that's the problem with Brandon. Brandon do not know about gambling. Brandon do not know about drinking.
Well, tell me when you have a child, what are you supposed to do then?
Okay, well, never mind then. Well, I see the child. Well,
but I get you. But like I can go to these different, and I did some of that for sure. But like the whole point was to try to do some of the family stuff, but it was just too hard trying to get everybody to eat. Try to get everybody on the same page. Like that stuff sounds good, especially when you got her parents too. That stuff sounds good on paper, but it's a mess, especially when you're on a cruise ship.
This the Wild Widow cruise. We told my sister and my brother-in-law, we'll meet you guys up at while we was at sea or something. We'll meet you guys up at dinner time. Okay, yeah, dinner time. Then you just knock around until
you're doing stuff right.
Time. But I guess y'all couldn't do that.
We kind of were, but like I said, my daughter got sick and it just turned the trip into something else. And like I said, we're just always something going on. You try to go up and get some food, and then the lines are too long, and you trying to figure out, okay, now what are we gonna do? It just was too many people on the cruise ship, and not enough good options. And
I think when we went to the cruise, speaking of that, we went to lunch. You got to figure out, you got to go lunch at like 11 o'clock.
You got to go a certain time.
Or you go at 12 o'clock, it'd be too difficult.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
And then if you try to wait around longer, then it's closed. I'm like, what's going on here? Like it seems it seems like when I'm trying to get some food, it's either it's closed, it's too many people, or then when I get it, it's it's just difficult. And like I say, they didn't have a schedule for when some of the stuff. Well, they said they had it for the restaurants, but the buffet, like I never really knew when the buffet was going to be open, and the experience with that was in itself. But we went to Atlantis. That was really good, and the other place, Half Moon, it was really nice.
When you went to Atlantis, you went to the hotel or what?
Yeah, we went to a hotel and to the water park for a day. So we said we would just next time if we want to do something like that, just go to there because the food was great at the hotel water park. They had a beach, they had a pool, they had stuff to do, they had places to shop, good restaurants. So that's when we had our best food.
When you went to Atlantis, yeah, that's that's an inclusive,
all
right?
Inclusive kind of thing, yeah. They had water stuff to rent, jet ski, just they have it all figured out, and it's spaced out enough where it's not overcrowded.
Should have told your daughter that Michael Jackson was the first person to sleep at the suite up top.
Right, but like a beautiful place. I really enjoyed that. like I said, that's just my vacation wrap up. I just know if you wanna, I don't know. I'm not going because nothing wrong with Carnival, but I think I would try Royal Caribbean next time.
Okay, let me see here. Here's a picture. That's what I was looking for. That's when I went to the cruise.
And it's basically
12 years ago.
It's basically the same thing. Like the whole design, the layout, how the edge of the wall is, and how they get that shelf, and the seating. It's the same thing, the exact same thing.
Now somehow Brandon said he didn't want this room. He wanted a room a notch above this one. But this had a balcony, but not a step out balcony. What kind yours had, Brandon?
Step out, you could sit and.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah, y'all were up there on the hog. You know, this is one step lower. You open that curtain, that's your balcony, but it's really a window.
Right. And like you say, for the value, you might as well just go with that. Yeah, that's basically the room.
There you go. Do you see how these seats right here?
That's a bed.
Worked in? Nah, that's a couch.
But I think ours open up. You could put a bed. You can put a bed there. It seemed like that was Nassau. That's when y'all went to Nassau. Y'all went to Nassau.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Look familiar.
Did they have a bunch of dogs laying around?
I didn't really see any dogs.
Well, when I went, here it is right here. Just the whole thing they were doing. Look at that.
There's some hot, tired dogs. What time of year did you go? If you see a dog laid out like that, that dog big.
This was everywhere. But my mom said when she went in the 70s and 80s, lizards all over the place. Yeah, when I went in the 2000, dogs like this.
We saw a lot of lizards, but that's funny.
Yeah. You got some
cows.
Yeah, that's where
we were.
You was right here.
Same port. Yeah.
Yeah.
They look exactly the same.
And I made sure. I said, "Hey, the boat said we pull it off at 12. We need to be back by 7. I ain't risking it."
Right. We said the same thing. Like we make sure we're at least an hour ahead before, they say be back on the ship.
You talking about hour ahead? Look at this. I said 12. Brandon said be there by 11. I said 12. I said Lewis said I could be there by 7 o'clock. Fuck that motherfucker. I'm part from the other side of the ship.
And when we were doing our tour, getting ready to get on the buses to drive to Atlantis, somebody went. I guess he was a taxi driver, and he kind of went live complaining about how Carnival was shutting out the taxi drivers and kind of, catering to this service and not letting the locals really get money from the tourists. So
that's the same thing our tourist people say.
Mm-hmm. How you feel about that? How you feel about that?
That's right. They do they got the thing set up right.
Yeah. They want to make sure you're in good hands, So they vet it and they do it a certain way, but I get what he's saying. And like I say, it's your city. You want to be, if you driving taxis, the city the best, and you should be top priority.
Yeah,
but that ain't how the world works.
Was the water blue like this?
Yeah, very blue.
Yep, there they go. So Brandon said it has not changed.
And it should, but go ahead. What?
Hey, people still gonna pay for it, but hey, look at them prices.
But I guess that's our advice, the men of the metaverse advice. Don't do it too big on a ship that's a budget ship. Do the budget. do the budget on the budget ship. Because you don't want to be balling out on a budget ship. Because
Brandon, you right, Brandon. I said, hold on. Brandon gonna give advice for both of us. I said, let me see what he's gonna say. And I 100% agree with Brandon's explanation.
Because like you said, if I spent in a budget, I probably would have been happier. I would be like, it is what it is. But
that's why I said And I said all the free stuff, drunk at the bar, drunk at the casino, drunk at the you gotta make times. You gotta make times and stuff.
And I don't want you to think I didn't have a good time. Like it's a great experience, but like I'm like, man, this would have been better if X, Y, and Z. And that's like I said, that's all. I just want to give people advice on what to do. And I think that's the biggest thing. Just go cheap and just have a cheap room and just be on top, doing a bunch of stuff and getting your money's worth.
And 20 years from now, when Brandon's daughter is 28 years old, she gonna say, "You remember that time you took me on the cruise?" And they're gonna have good memories talking about this experience. All this Brandon talking about bad hamburgers on the buffet line. You put the patties lined up, you put the patty out. You won't even remember all that. He just remember the time he had with his parents, his
my wife's parents, my in-laws.
In-laws, your daughter, and y'all was overseas.
Also, before we went, my daughter was telling me, she was like, I think my classmate is gonna be going on a cruise too on spring break. I was like, well, he probably is, but he's probably not gonna be on the same cruise ship we're on. And she kept getting information, and it seemed like he might be on the cruise. So when we went on there, we found him probably the second day, and they had fun. They were in the hot tub, chilling, going in the pool, doing the water slide and stuff.
So they actually found a person.
They actually found each other and played and just they had a really good time. So like I said, it was a great trip. We did the rope course on the boat. It's a lot of fun stuff to do on the cruise ship. But my advice, go cheap as could be at the bottom of the ship where your room, as far as your room is, and just have fun on the deck.
Bottom of the ship? No, don't be at the bottom of the ship. Wrong. Man in the middle.
Yeah. Okay, so you need a window.
You gotta at least see some water, a land, sky. Be in the room and you can see some sky.
Okay.
You don't want to be swimming down there with Captain Hook there underwater. The ship go down. You got to go up 10 flights to get above water.
Correct. I hear you.
So no, Man on the Mavericks don't say that. We say at least see some sky in your room.
How do you do that though when you're trying to book? How do you know?
Ocean view. Brandon.
Okay, so do ocean view. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what the other
balcony or something.
What's the one below that one when you're trying to select though?
All right, let's look at this. Here's another man. We go get to that. Here's another man of the metaverse. Do not leave. Always leave out of Florida if you could do the math. Florida trips $200. Carolina trips $500.
Right.
Maryland trips $700. So the farther you get away from Florida, the more the price guy go. So Brandon, see Brandon right
interior.
Here.
So don't do interior.
Don't do interior. See that's the pit. That's what you see right there. Do not do that. You always want to do a view or subcal. Let me see here. Let's just do ocean view. You see, they made sure they show a picture of the sunlight. You saw the first picture, right?
Right. And just remember, your window not gonna be that clean either. There's some of the dirtiest windows I've seen. The boat we had, but
Brandon, why you just got so shady? Why you got to talk like that?
Because I don't want people thinking it's gonna be a certain way when it's not. Carnival, they really got to step it up. They getting a lot of money. They paying those foreigners, however they paying them. And they got to do some upgrades on some of them ships.
And this is how Brandon get ripped off on his cruise ship.
When you
Brandon picked the top of the line. Now, when somebody say in the cruise, get a nice room, but you ain't gonna be in a room all day. Mm-hmm. But get a nice room. That means above the water. So Brandon paid $1,100, $2,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just for a balcony of 2 windows in the room. Now he could have went and paid $731. You see, that's
but one of the things Right. One of the things I really loved about the balcony, like I said, I still would do the same thing just because it was a good experience having that balcony, being able to sit out there, being able to go to bed, listening to the ocean, and just things like that. Like I really enjoyed that part of it. So
I
that
already told you the game, the ocean view. Hopefully, you get
that's
the
probably
one
the
with the
best
window
option.
with the window go open. Then you get the same sound effects, and you just
Correct.
gotta look like that. Sound be like this. You look like this. And you don't have to worry about hitting the engine below, all the motors and stuff. So
Right.
yeah. And this was 871. So Brandon Boo Jazz was paying $2,000. Me and the old lady got there for under 900 with $1,100 extra to spend. Of course, we're gonna be more happier.
Correct. And what I've been happier at the food and the service. I don't know. Like I say, they just got to, for me. They just got to upgrade. I didn't like that old decor, and it is what it is.
Brandon, if I gave you $900 right now cash and said, "Don't say nothing about the trip," will you say nothing negative about the trip? Will you say something negative about the trip? If I gave you $900 right now,
if you pay me to be quiet,
no, the savings.
Savings.
If you just got your regular seat, but you had an extra $900,
but it's still not gonna change the way the food was in my experience with the food. But I get what you're saying.
But you got $900 in cash in your pocket right now, right?
So you saying if Carnival gave me $900 back, would I be satisfied?
Yeah,
probably so. Yeah. So. I'll be a little more okay. I'll be like, well, okay, all right. The food was what it was.
Yeah, if they gave you $900 cash back and say, now rank me, you couldn't say that, could you?
Probably not. I'd be like, well, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. That's funny though.
So what kind of excursions did y'all do? I want to hear that before we go.
What did we do? We didn't do anything because everything was sold out for Half Moon. So we just kind of just swum around the ocean. They had like the swim with the pigs thing, but that was sold out. Like
carnival events?
Yeah. Yeah,
you don't supposed to buy what carnival. You're supposed to don't go through carnival to buy your stuff.
You're saying when you get there, do it.
Yeah, or Groupon or something like yeah.
But as soon as you get there, like the island was so crowded and it was so many people doing stuff, everything was booked up. But like I say, it was fine because my daughter wasn't feeling the best that day anyway. So we just kind of swam around, looked at the bars, and we saw a bunch of stuff that you could do. But no boats, no floats, no chairs. All that stuff was booked up. So that day we didn't do too much. But the second island, when we went to Nassau, that's when we went to Atlantis and did a bunch of stuff at Atlantis and went some water rides, and we really had a good time there. Like I say, if I could do this again, I would just fly to the Bahamas, stay at Atlantis, and just enjoy myself there because it just seemed like they got a ton of stuff at that place to do.
Why you want to fly to the Bahamas and this be commercial? How much would that cost?
I'm not sure, but it probably about the same what we paid to cruise there slowly.
Well, yeah. What can you do in the Bahamas, man?
It's not much, but like I said, that hotel and just being able to see the water, like it's a lot of value in that to me. I could see myself renting some of the stuff that they had, but I'm pretty sure it's some historic stuff you can look at. Like museum, well, I'm not sure. I would hope they had museum and tours and stuff like that. But
what no disoffense to my Bahamamians.
Bahamians. So
yeah, what the hell did y'all do in real life?
They've got history. They probably got some wars, and
what did y'all do in real life? My Bahamamians. What's it called? What's the little man? Smiles, come on. Smile, bitch.
Come on. Little Duval.
Little Duval, he Bahamian.
Oh,
what y'all
doing?
Okay. What y'all doing in Bahama, man? What y'all do down
Doesn't
there?
he travel there? Is that where he goes a lot, or he goes to a lot of different places?
He goes there a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides stab people, what y'all do there?
Well, what kind of stuff did you do when you went years ago?
We got
going to little shops.
We didn't get one of the excursions. We was walking down that long walkway to go to like the main island.
Yeah.
Once they parked the boat, the guy was there waving. Oh, so we got the guy waving. He was saying, "Man, I'm glad. Don't book with the cruise ships. I'm gonna take you to the real spot." Gotcha. So he took us to the hood. So we saw all those dogs you talking about.
That's what.
And we got some food from a local bar,
which is perfect.
Then we went to a local like a farmer's market. But this was like nowhere near like the commercial stuff. Yeah. So got some of that. And this man was just bragging. He was like, "Man, we try to get these cars. We want cars over here." So you got like they like Hondas and Toyotas. So when they wreck them in the United States and ship them up here, they go for top dollar over there.
I saw a Honda dealership when we were, driving back to the boat. So
they actually got one?
Yeah. It's not like a real dealership. It had a Honda sign and a couple cars outside. So I wasn't sure whether it was like a real Honda dealership. Like I didn't see any new Hondas or anything like that. I saw old Hondas.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
the man was driving. He stopped. He almost stopped the car. Man, look at that car right there. He was pointing at a 2006 Honda Corolla Coupe, 2-door,
right?
Red one, busted. The grill was all busted open.
They didn't care.
Fresh off the boat, he was, man, look at that car right there.
Right. It's interesting to see what people value and what they into.
And back then, some families used to get some of the money, build up some of the money, so they go fly to Miami. Pick up like stuff in America they can't buy with that.
Yeah.
Then fly it back.
Right.
Like on personal stuff. Yeah, it was different. But
would you ever live on an island or do something like that?
If it was safe, I would like to live in the Bahamas.
That's what I was gonna say. Did you feel like, I'm not saying you were threatened or anything, but would you feel okay like staying somewhere like that? Like
it's cold when you're at.
Yeah.
Because they look at me and you, they can see versus you tall with Michael Jordan tennis shoes, American. I'm a fat black guy, American. Know.
Right.
So
we definitely stand out.
Because I know what goes on. Them damn knives will come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. And we'll be done for.
It's like Puerto Rico. Them knives will come out. So you got to be careful. Them guns will come out too, but most time them knives. So I would kind of like to live over. I would like living in a place.
I could see you just because you would be able to fish. You get fresh food. It would just be more laid back. I think like I said, I don't know your area or your lifestyle that you like to live, but
I like to be more laid back, but still could get into a little things. But I like to be more laid back.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, imagine you going to the Bahamas and you said, "Man, we got a little garden outside, taxes, everything paid up. You
just chilling. Wake up, go to the bar, have some drinks. Not too many, but
go
get some fresh fish. Yeah.
Yeah. Get a couple of side chicks, on the side, go out with their pay light. They don't bring no drama. and that be just relax, chill out. Make sure your house is made out of concrete blocks.
You're right. I'm laughing, but that's a serious thing, though.
Yeah, I ain't gonna live out there with no concrete. If my house ain't made out of concrete blocks, I ain't living there.
Right. And if people not familiar, hurricanes come through
all the
and
time.
all the time.
All the time like this. Yeah. And then when hurricanes get up in here, they about to mess something up. They get up in this Gulf, it's really destruction. Over here, normal. But it'll get up in here, destruction. See, me and Brandon from this state. So hurricanes messed us up, and then on the tail end, they hit South Carolina.
Right.
But occasionally some will come in like this way, messes up.
Right.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've had a bad one hit us, in South Carolina, really bad, but
don't need ever since those floods of 2016, I think the water table been pushed up.
What you mean? The level? All around?
Yeah. It's like it's mushy. Columbia is more mushy now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of things, even here, like you can just tell like the soil level and just everything is kind of messed up. I'm not sure what you about to say.
Yeah, 2016, I think I went to Brandon's house. That was after that flood, and that water was already close. It was pushed up near Brandon's house.
Right. And like I said, and the creeks, all the creeks are kind of backed up and you can tell they're kind of off and it's messing up some of the trees and I can tell it's just throwing off the area.
Yeah, shit. I forgot where Brandon lived at. Brandon don't live with this. People don't watch me. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, all that water was gonna push them.
The creeks pushing all that stuff in there, and it's throwing off the environment a little bit. But before we go, let's talk about the Fresh and Fit thing.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
So these guys,
it's both of them males. Are those both of these guys got two dinglings, right?
Correct.
Okay, all right. What happened?
So they do, give guys advice. They say tons of guys reach out and thank them for the advice that they give. They kind of tell men to be a certain way towards women and don't get trapped by them. Be smart. They're in Miami. They want to live a certain lifestyle, I guess, driving cars, going to parties, doing that kind of stuff. But they say don't date certain women, don't do certain things with a woman, don't trick on women. But you see the dark-skinned guy, he had a situation where he was dating a sugar baby in the past. But
he was a sugar daddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in love with a girl. He didn't know she was on one of them sugar baby pages and kind of found out, but he was in love with her, wanted to date her. Everybody was telling him not to do it because she's that type of girl. They end up breaking up. Fine, cool. But now he's got another woman. It's an Asian woman. She does like fitness stuff, and she's got those pages where she's, showing her butt or whatever. He says he's in love with her. I think he had her on the show and saying, I think he was trying to act like he don't really love her, but they're dating. I think he bought her a $30,000 bracelet. That's what they were saying. But long story short, the woman is now exposing him because he got her pregnant, and he wants her to get to get rid of the baby, basically. Yeah, get rid of the baby. So he doesn't want her to have the baby. She's saying, I don't want to K the baby. I want to have the baby. Like, we did this together. You said you loved me. You said you wanted to have a baby with me. Now you don't want to have a baby with me. You're telling me to take a pill.
Who would like to have a baby with skanks?
Well,
who would like to have a baby with a woman got her ass cheek on display to the highest bidder?
But that's my thing. Like, they tell guys to be careful and stay away from these women, but it seems like they're always attracted and want to sleep with these women. But when you lay down with these people and the sex feels good and you telling them all this kind of stuff, are you really living with what you say?
Brandon, what kind of man who go lay down with a woman like that?
What kind of man?
The nipples are exposed on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
She got 10,000 likes showing her backside and how well she do some Pilates.
Right.
Who wanna just be? Yeah, I'm just my girl right here. I'm all up.
Clearly, he does. But I think they tell guys to stay away from these girls, but secretly, that's the kind of girls they want to sleep with. Is it not? Do you think they want?
Sleeping was different. You talking about now? He talking about procreating. They got a
but
baby.
that's the thing. But that's the thing. It always starts with you just sleeping with somebody, and then okay, we use the condom maybe one time because we just sleeping, but then when we gonna do it again, and then we get less protective or less concerned with using protection, and now I don't even want to pull out because it just is what it is, and now we got a baby on the way.
If her lips are lying to you, her eyelashes lying to you,
Mm-hmm.
her hair, her hair lied to you,
mm-hmm.
her buttocks lied to you,
Mm-hmm.
and her waistline lied to you.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to reproduce with a person who you talking to, but every time you look at her, she 10 lies?
But that's my thing. So do you think what was he doing? What was he doing? He was just
Tupac on real quick. Hold on.
I don't think he wanted to have a baby with her, but his actions were saying something else without saying it.
Brandon, how people like this look right here? How this right here?
It don't look bad.
Brandon,
it's giving Tupac.
No, this is Tupac. But Brandon, don't I look like the woman in the slave movies working in the kitchen?
Yes. But I can see Tupac too. I see Tupac. We had that red Detroit Red Wings outfit, and he spit on the camera. That's why I see when I'm looking at that.
How's this? It look good, but
right, it do look. No, it don't look too tough, but you know.
This is the Tupac right here.
Right, and we loved it. It was iconic.
What's the point? My head's bald. Why I got this?
Right.
My head's completely bald and smooth bald. Why I got this thing around me?
But that's how trends are. Did you ever do some of those trends? Like, remember when Nelly had a Band-Aid on it over his eye, or Penny Hardaway had a Band-Aid? You never put a Band-Aid on you.
I may have one pants rolled up for maybe 2 times in my life. That's about it. Until you find out you gotta be the Mac to do that.
Right. I came to school like that one day. I was like, this is a bit much. Like, you to pull one pants leg up and some jeans, like some baggy jeans. That's a lot. I think I did the what else I do? I did the Band-Aid. I did the bandana. You wore the bandana though. You wore the bandana.
What do you mean bandana?
Like put it on, kind of like how Dion used to wear it back in the day.
Man, you ain't not like that. Bandana like this.
Not like that. Where it's over your head. Where it's more covering your head up.
Man, you ain't never see me no bandana like this, Brandon. You never see me like this. Not me.
No, I didn't say you did. I said I've done it before.
Oh, okay. I thought you said. I said you ain't never see me like this.
That's not a bad look either. You look like you in the OR at the hospital or something.
And then how I look right here. Huh? Well, yeah, this is. Imagine I go to work like this. I say, y'all can't tell me nothing.
You can't say nothing. You shouldn't. Because it's cultural. It's a cultural thing.
Shit, I do that. All the gay guys be looking at me. What's fresh and fit? So what about him?
Dude, he said, I don't think he wanted to have a baby with this woman, but like I say, where is the breakdown in the logic? Like, I don't want to have a baby, but I want to have sex with these women. How do you stop using a condom? Like, what breaks down in their mental? Because we talked about it. Because you say most people don't wear condoms anyway. So
maybe he's so big in himself, he think he could really control his body.
Right, but she even said it. Not saying she's right or because she could be lying. She was telling him, because I think they had a pregnancy scare one time, and she told him, like, look, you got to pull out. You're not even pulling out. Like, I keep testing, and that's a red flag. Somebody testing like that for pregnancy, and they're not pregnant, but then a couple weeks later they testing again.
You said she told him what?
She said, I thought I was pregnant, but I'm not pregnant. But you're gonna have to start pulling out because next time, this is what she said now. She said, next time you're not gonna be so lucky.
Man,
and if somebody tells you that, but that's what I'm saying with advice to guys, like you gotta remember, like people, especially if you have money, and I'm not saying he got a lot of money, but these are people with maybe money, they have clout, they have attention, and people want to attach themselves to that any means necessary for some reason. So it seems like she was looking to have a baby with this guy, and he dodged the bullet one time, but kept going, kept shooting in a sense, and now she's pregnant.
So how you think the baby gonna look down? He's chocolate, and she's fortune cookie. So how the baby gonna come out?
And they say he looked like a pug. Don't he kind of look like one of them little dogs?
Well, his nasal cavities on his face is playing volleyball. One is way over here, the other way over there. So, well, man, I don't like these guys.
And I started off by saying these your boys, but I wasn't gonna do it this time.
A little
but these are popular people giving advice.
I don't give a fuck they popular or not.
But that's my thing. Like, it's a lot of people saying they're experts, they're gurus, they're relationship, experts. They know what's best for you. They want to get you in shape. They want to get you the women that you want, and they're telling you certain things, but they're not living what they're telling you.
Well, we gotta remember the light-skinned guy, some a bit light, and he's a square.
You're right, correct.
All right. He was at the FBI.
Good day.
Allegedly sweeping floors undercover. So the dark skinned guy, he mad because he probably a little short. He's ugly. I ain't gay, but he's ugly.
Right. I think that's a consensus on the internet where most people they talk about him.
And what kind of beard he got? A half moon beard? And what kind of beard are you? Is that that's a religious beard? So I can't say anything about it. So yeah, man. And they following these guys right here.
Yeah.
This motherfucker can read a dictionary in proper English so good, and that's who you want to follow.
Right. And like I say, they date, they do what they do in Miami. I'm not gonna say they bash women, but some of the stuff they say is right about how some modern women are today, and you got to kind of either stay away from that type of woman if you're looking for certain things. I'm not gonna say everything they say is wrong, but these aren't the guys to look to for dating advice. They in Miami, you in Idaho.
It's kind of easy being right in America today.
Okay, why do you say that? Because
watch this. President Trump said murderers and sex offenders are coming across the border. Mm-hmm. That's wrong, right? Mm-hmm. And it's right. So it's right. Wrong and right. So
right.
You could tell me no criminals are coming across the border when there's documentations criminals come across the border and have a criminal.
You can't say there's no criminals coming across the border because you don't know for sure. So you can't say it. I can say that some are. I can say that for sure.
So you could be wrong and right. It doesn't make it fit. It's the worst words. Mm-hmm. You can say Lewis is cheap or Lewis don't care. Maybe at some points in my life I didn't care. So you could have been right.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Man, Brandon, why you watch these motherfuckers up there? I don't want to look at these guys.
Well, this is. I'm not gonna say
nothing. Nothing. These niggas, these motherfuckers, nothing to me.
They're grifters, and it's a lot of grifters in the YouTube space. Like they find a lane. For some reason, people like to give money to people who grift in the way that these people do. They found something that works for them. They stick into it, and this is the consequences. Like both of them have had, people try to expose them. Now this guy has a baby, and he's telling you to stay away from women like this, but he's dealing with them. And these two are friends with academics. And what did academics just recently go through with a woman?
What they all hoes,
Right.
Academics went to an issue with a hoe. These guys go to issues with a hoe.
And that's my thing.
All
Like,
of
what?
them pretty close to first generations or immigrants.
Yep, they are. All three of them are immigrants. I'm not gonna say they don't have any game, but like when they don't have any game and they want a certain type of woman and they get money, who do you think they turn to? They turn to the hoes and the women that they talk about. They say they don't like. They're disgusting, but those are the ones you want to sleep with. Those are the ones that excite us when we're not thinking about courting, like what we talked about a couple weeks ago. You're not thinking about courting that woman. You want her because of her body and what she looked like, even though she probably had work done. She's probably had her lips done. She, like you say, fake hair, all that kind of stuff. People be wanting these made up people when they want something real, but like you say, it's a fake person who don't even know who they are.
Brandon, I got nothing else to say to these guys.
Okay.
Yeah, you trying to pull my damn teeth out, man.
That's fair. That's fair though. But I just want to talk about that just because, like I say, it's a lot of that kind of stuff going on, and people, they tend to want to listen to those type of channels, and it's just interesting. Like I say, you're not gonna get a bunch of. You think we ever be on here yelling at women or doing that kind of stuff? Like I want to stay.
Chance.
I want to stay. You think we have a bunch of girls and we giving them drinks?
No, I will never do that. No,
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea. I think that kind of stuff leads to a lot of legal issues, and they've had that too in the past. So
yeah, I want to do that. But yeah, man, Brian, you bring them guys up here. I want to see them motherfuckers.
Fair enough. Did you have we about done 2 hours? You had anything else you wanted to
I don't got anything. So this is like
I got you.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Lakers? I came back. I was wondering how the Lakers were going to do. They've been doing really good so far. Like the road trip they been on. Davis been kind of stepping up. I think they won most of their game, maybe like 5 out of 6 last time I checked.
Maybe not.
It's been more than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So they did win most of it.
You shit. What about the Lakers?
You know what I mean? They're gonna do in it because like I say, they act like that's a championship team, and the only team they can't beat is Denver.
They could beat any team in the NBA, and they'll struggle against Denver.
Yeah. Okay.
They struggle against other people. So, but I haven't seen good basketball in a while.
Yeah, NBA, talking about NBA wise.
Yeah.
I saw Joel Embiid came back. I don't think the East really matters. It's just, to me, Denver's going to win. The Bucks are struggling. They got rid of their coach, and they got Doc Rivers, and I think this just not working out. And
like
Dame isn't happy. Like his household got blown up, family wise, and I think I saw something he was saying he's bored or he's lonely outside of basketball, like trying to adjust to that new.
You left. You and your wife broke up, moved to a new city. You thought some new cooler cat was gonna do you right, but obviously it don't.
Yeah. And sometimes people kind of, forget what you got at home. Sometimes y'all may be at a certain point where y'all fighting or not getting along, but that person really had your back, and you want to leave. You may want to leave them for somebody new, but that new person just looking for a come up, and it's a lot of that going on. That new person might not cook home cooked meals every night and holding down your kids while you out on the road and doing all that kind of stuff, and it just feels good coming home to somebody you can trust that you've already built a relationship with, already built foundation with. So,
and especially hard that you making all this money. Your wife, if you leave your wife and your daughter, now you still got to feed them.
You got to pay them.
Cost you more just to leave them.
You're right.
Yeah. Because if you worry about money.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have to. I'm not saying Dame is worried about this, but she's gonna be dating somebody else. So that means your kids at some point are going to be around another person. So
here's a fact. What Bernie said, she's going to date somebody else, but would never marry somebody else.
Okay. It's a low possibility. Yeah, go ahead.
To keep your spousal check coming for the rest of their life. All right. That's the goal. She will never marry again. But you're going to pay for this woman for the rest of your life.
So, so you saying she won't get a spousal check, but she'll get child support?
No.
She won't get child support either?
If she marry, it's a chance she won't get spousal support. Because she's
for sure. Woman. Yeah. Right, you're right.
So why throw away all that money?
For love. Wouldn't you throw that away for love, for true love again?
No, I won't throw it. No, that'd be stupidity. I'm gonna throw away $100,000. Just say $100,000 a year. I just put a little amount. $100,000 a year.
Now she probably getting about $20,000 a month. Seriously,
to get somebody's name on the back of me. Nah, I can
so you just date.
It's a game.
That's a good business move, yeah, for sure.
It's a game. Women do it all the time. They ain't stupid.
Yeah, right.
Spouse support, and spouse support had a boyfriend for 10 years. Yeah, so it's cheaper to keep them sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm like to say back to the Bucks. I don't know like how Dame is going to do in the playoffs with Giannis, but that's a great team on paper. But they don't play defense like they need to play. Dame is not playing well with Giannis. I'm not sure what kind of player Dame is. Like after this is said and done, I'm not sure if I regard Dame as the same player I did when he was in Portland.
He was the same person in Portland. He was a nobody.
So you think it's just a you said nobody?
God damn. And he's a nobody.
What
has he done?
All you have to do now in the NBA is hit long threes.
Hey,
you hit long
nobody.
Threes. You hit long threes. You big time.
Brandon Taylor, nobody.
I was just about to say
every player on the Heat, nobody. Every player on the Knicks, nobody's. Brooklyn, nobody. Charlotte, nobody. Cleveland, nobody.
And that's the problem with the NBA. Like it's we may be saying this because we're older and younger people may feel a different type of way about these type of players, but there's no real superstars in the NBA no more. And LeBron is almost finished. KD is there. KD gets injured. KD gets injured a lot. He be out.
Devin Booker, nobody. Chris Paul, nobody.
Yeah, that's a shame what happened to Chris Paul. Chris Paul,
the Kings, nobodies.
They got a group of nobodies.
Even though they got one at least good players, but nobodies.
Yeah,
nobody. The Warriors got one body.
What, Steph?
Steph. But the team together is a nobody.
And what you were going to say with Booker, like people like to say Booker's a good scorer. He can score a lot of points, but he's not really he's not a difference maker. Like he can't take over a game like LeBron used to do, or like Steph can kind of take over a game. It's just people are scoring at a higher rate in the NBA now.
He can take over a game. He can't take over a series.
Oh, a series. That's what I really mean. Like in the playoffs, you people don't even really care about regular season games like that. Like, I'm gonna take over the 65th game of the regular season. Like people don't even show up for every game like that. Like, but in the playoffs, that's when it really matters. And same with the Clippers. Like we'll see what the Clippers do. Do you think Kawhi is a nobody? You barely even hear about Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard. Nobody. He was somebody.
Two-time champion.
No. Yes, the season he went to the Raptors, 2017, he was somebody. And 2012, he was somebody for the Spurs, something like that. But after that, nobody.
Man, that's crazy.
He's hurt or reserves too much to be somebody. That's why he's nobody.
Right.
Paul George, nobody. Westbrook, a nobody.
Right. But what about James Harden? Is that a difference
James
maker?
Harden, completely nobody. You know,
But he can average 30 points a game, man. You know,
ran out 6
he's
years
lethal.
ago, Brandon. That was with the
He's
Rockets.
lethal.
How many teams he been with since the Rockets?
At least 3. And he was in the Nets. He was in Brooklyn. Well, not Philly.
Yeah,
He was in
the
Philly.
Nets in Philly.
Did he go somewhere else?
Yeah, he's in the Clippers now.
Okay, I thought he was somebody. After
3.
that too.
Nobody.
Russell Westbrook too, just traded around. You know, yeah, like I say,
everybody.
The NBA is different. NBA is really different. And what's the other guy on Boston? Jaylen Brown.
Nobody. Dunking contest. Nobody.
That's crazy.
And they can't win.
You can't win.
Why? Watch this. Nikola Joker.
Is he a nobody?
No, he saw somebody.
Okay. I'm about to say.
Watch this. What's the
Luka Doncic?
No, the light skinned guy for the Nuggets who could shoot.
The tall dude, not Aaron Gordon, but the other one.
The best player, or almost the best player.
Michael, what's it? It's like he got 3 names or something like that. I can't.
Well, he got hurt. He got hurt about 2 years ago in the playoffs, but he came back last year. He's a somebody.
Michael Porter Jr. That's what you're talking about?
What,
Jamal Murray?
Jamal Murray.
Oh, Jamal Murray. Okay.
Jamal Murray. Somebody.
He definitely is somebody. I haven't really heard too much about him or this season. Like, I wonder how he's doing this season.
Well, we saw what he did last year in the playoffs, and we saw what he did the year before. That's the player. He's somebody.
That's enough. Right.
He's somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you think the shift is? Like, players just don't care that much about the regular season. Like, I think Denver's like, as long as we come out and show we play basketball when the playoffs come around, like, we just want to be healthy. I think healthy in the playoffs and having a good gel as a team is a good thing. What you think?
So the difference is every series, a player got to have 4 strong games.
Mm-hmm.
Not too many players can pull that off now.
Yeah. I think Joker can definitely have a 4 strong games. And
Jamal Murray, 4 strong games.
Mm-hmm.
Klay Thompson, 1 or 2 strong games in the series.
Right.
Watch this. I hate to say, Curry,
Steph,
2 to 3 strong games in a series.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron,
I say 2. I don't think he got 3 no more. Like last year,
he won a championship with 3 strong games 3 years
ago. So this
ago.
year, you think Curry, if they play the Nuggets, he's gonna have 2 big games. I mean, 3 big games. Because when he has those 3 big games, that means 3. Okay.
Now, to be elite, you need 4.
Yeah. What about LeBron? How many games you
now?
Now this LeBron now.
2 to 3.
Okay. Anthony Davis.
LeBron back in the day.
4.
3.5 to 4.
Okay.
And 3.5, that means he lost the championships. So he got a lot of 3.5s out.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Jordan gives 4.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
But Anthony Davis, how many strong performances in the playoffs you give Anthony Davis?
2 to 3.
Okay.
And if see, watch this.
Well, I have to give Curry 3. If I give Anthony Davis 2, I definitely have to give Curry 3.
Brandon, Curry, okay. If you give Curry 3, that means Klay just need to have 2. Then you win the championships.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I give Klay 1.5.
But then you ain't winning nothing.
Right. Yeah, that's what we had. Did you see the game recently where who was it? I think the Rockets were playing the Warriors, and the Rockets was kind of challenging the Warriors pregame, and they had a Warriors come out to play shirt, and Steph went off. I mean, not Steph, but Steph went off too, but Klay actually kind of dominated the game, and they was like, we heard everything the Rockets said, but like y'all talking junk, and y'all not even, some of the players not even in the game, so he wanted to make a point to play hard and score a lot that game. How you feel about that?
Klay tried to do that every night. That's the problem with him. You can't
so you
do
think
it no more. You think he go out there to slack off?
I'm not sure.
The so man ain't like that, Brandon.
But I'm not sure he can. So he's trying to do it, but he's trying to do it, but he can't do it. But he lucked up and did it that game.
Correct. I got much respect for my man. But Brandon, he
so
don't
what's
go
the
out
problem?
there,
I don't understand
go out there and be dragging feet. He can't do it no more.
He was doing it that game, but it just seemed like he be more cold and hot. He used to be real hot, and like I said, he don't need dribbling. They passing the ball. He used to shoot and be on. It's like his rhythm off.
That's at 3 to 4. 3 to 4.
Gotcha.
And then when he's 3 to 4, then Curry could be 3 to 4. You know, then they can make a win something out.
I got you.
But you can't win nothing. Watch us. Brandon Taylor. What he?
How many?
2 to 4.
Yeah, and he choked like last year. We're gonna see what he do this year. He said he was Kobe. He did a lot of extra stuff, and they got beat. So
the first 2 games for the Heat was the guy Butler.
Yeah.
The first 2 games he was 4 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
The last game versus the Nuggets, he was 1 and 2.
right.
You know,
they real inconsistent for sure.
Yeah, so
and you're not a superstar when you inconsistent that way. Like you just can't do it. Like if LeBron loses, LeBron ain't gonna really have no game where he got 6 points or 10 points, or he's just missing all the shots. LeBron don't play that way.
He did it once before. He did it
once, once for sure.
Yeah, once before, 2 times before, the last year at Cleveland.
Yeah.
So
and these players don't even have the pressure like that LeBron had on him his whole career. Like, you think is Brandon Tatum feel any pressure when he playing basketball? Like during the regular,
Only time light-skinned guys got pressure in the public basketball court. That's when they got pressure. But if it's a regulation court, they got no pressure.
Right, no pressure at all, because nobody's looking at you to dominate.
Yeah.
But you get going, you just get going.
Let there be a public court open to the public. He under pressure then. Shit. He under pressure.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's a Duke player, ain't he? Or North Carolina. He's in North Carolina. I think he covered one.
He wasn't a Tar Heel. Let me see, because I can't even remember.
Okay, he must be Duke. Yeah, the 1 year quarters. So
I don't look that.
That's why basketball is bad now. Half the guys need to play more than 1 year in college.
Yeah, but would you, if you can go to the league and get some money?
No, I won't. Yeah, I'll be gone.
Oh yeah, he did play for Duke.
Yeah, I'll be gone. So,
and like I said, I don't even know who's gonna be drafted or who's in the mix to be the top 3 players in the NBA draft coming up. Like, just the male basketball,
I don't know. I don't care.
But that's the problem. Like, who was supposed to be the superstar of Zion? Remember, Zion was supposed to be the new LeBron or new Kobe, and
that was the last time they had hype around the men's basketball. Zion and John Morant.
Yeah.
But besides that,
and you can feel the impact.
Yep. Brandon, I don't got no more.
Yeah, we go ahead and go. It's been about 2 hours. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us, and we are back, and we'll be giving you guys more content. Make sure you check out some of our older videos. Lewis put up a post of a Diddy video, which is really funny when we played a Diddy trivia game.
So yeah.
That was really funny to kind of look back at after everything kind of came out. So make sure you check out that video and some of our other videos. Like, share, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Check us out on some of the social platforms that's at the bottom. Would you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Guys, thank us out. Make sure you like, make sure you share, click the links below for some of our products. Thank you.
All right, you have a good one.